Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you are left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Machedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Machedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Machedo. www.loymachedo.com. Who is loymachedo.com? thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.
All right, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? Now, this one is my regular news updates about stuff that is happening in the Middle East, especially in UAE, because I spent 40 years of my life there, second generation, so I always keep updated about that. And yes, the extra bits about jobs, secret stuff that only people who are there in UAE know, but they cannot share it on social media. And yes, the funny, ugly bits right at the end. Like I say, this is a long video. Timestamps are put down below. Check whatever you like. And yes, please do put your comments. I always read them, good, bad, ugly. If you agree, disagree with me, or you don't like what I have to say, I always read. Let me shut this thing. There is too many apps open. Okay. And yes, last but not the least, if you would like to support the channel, which I always welcome, because this is my full-time job and I'm giving you information, you can like if you want. You can subscribe if you want. You can put your comments, good, bad, ugly, if you want. And if you'd like to donate to the work I do, anything is welcome. You can donate it to PayPal. My email address is put down below. So having said that, let's move on to the updates. And the first news that I thought I'd share with you is, in a nutshell, 143 people have got jobs. Now it's towards the year end. Okay, now as it's coming towards December, it's going to slow down because December holiday, New Year holiday, I doubt there's any recruitment going to take place during the holidays. So from the Christmas to the New Year, everything is going to be shut down. Nobody's going to employ anyone. Nobody's going to give confirmation letters. So it's more preparation for January. So as of now, 141, 42, 43, exact number I do not know. Well, they got their jobs. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Like I told you, if you get a new job now, you can consider for the next 3 years, your job is safe and secure. You don't have to worry. Also, because when you join a new company, they give you time to get acclimated, to get acquainted with the process, procedures of the company. And yes, you need to prove yourself. So obviously, you need to work your ass off. However, if you are still in the old job, be careful. 2020, many changes are going to come. And if your salary is high, or if you're not getting your salaries on time, or projects are getting cancelled, you can be on the chopping block. So I don't wish bad for you. I wish you all the best. Please keep searching for jobs. Don't apply if your old CV doesn't give you any results. Don't apply with the same thing. It's like you're applying everywhere, no response. Don't keep applying. Okay. So have a smart strategy, and I wish you all the best. So that is number one. Second one is, thank you so very much for the people who chipped in to help me get my iMac restored after the hacking took place, which some of you may know, may not know. And last but not the least, yes, I've heard your voice. I'm going to come out with a new video in relation to Ask Me Anything. I'll put more details as time goes by. Let's move on to the updates. The first one I thought I'd share with you is, this is going without a doubt the biggest fraud in the history of cryptocurrency until now. Okay, sorry, until now. So what is, I will talk to you about this. So first is, what is cryptocurrency? For those of you who do not know, I'll make it very simple for you. Okay. Because the problem is there are so many experts about cryptocurrency, so many pundits, so many gurus, even a 13-year-old, even a there is one 13-year-old boy in my group, WhatsApp group, 13 years. He's an expert on cryptocurrency. He keeps saying, oh, what do you know about cryptocurrency? Do you have a Bitcoin wallet? 13-year-old. So you have many experts, okay? Global experts. People who don't even have a decent job, don't have a decent salary, don't have anything. They don't have any money, but they are experts on cryptocurrency. So I'm also going to take a chance not to position myself as one, but to tell you what is cryptocurrency, okay? So, what is cryptocurrency? First, let's understand what is money. See, money is, I give you this piece of paper or I give you this coin and you give me something of value. So I gave you something that is accepted as value and you gave me something of value to me, okay? Now, if this piece of paper, whatever paper I gave you, if it is accepted by many people, then it has a value in my hand. But if this piece of paper that I have or the coin that I have, metal, is not accepted by anyone, then it has no value. So money is anything. It can be notes, coins, shells, precious stones, second-hand items, anything of value, okay, which I can give you and you give me something in return. So that is where the monetary value comes. That is money in short, okay. Online, don't mind the exact explanation. Okay, online you also have, games. Let's say, for example, a virtual character like a flying pig. In some games, a flying pig, it's like a digital character, not real. People pay money, actual money, to get a flying pig, or they pay money to get special powers. Like I have this shooting game where I actually paid $100 to get a gun, to shoot. Okay, I had other guns, but they're not as good as this particular one. It's a zombie game. Okay, so anything that has perceived value for the person who I'm giving it to, it becomes something of value, like money. Okay, so in the same way, over the years, people have tried with shells, they've tried with coins, then they tried with notes. That is why you have American paper money, you have British paper money, you have Thai paper money, okay? That's why nobody takes monopoly, okay? So it's when people accept it. For the next step in this evolution was having a credit card, they call it a card. It's a plastic. But then because it had a magnetic tape and because information can be relayed, so this became of value. So even though you didn't have any money, this card, which recorded all your transactions, became like money. And that is why people, just spend and they buy much more. But the next step was more towards having currency that is online. You had PayPal, where you don't have a physical card, but you actually have transactions going back and forth. So the next step in this was, how about we make a currency online where no banks are involved, no banking charges, but I can deal with you just by a certain value, a certain accepted transaction. The problem was people tried it, but not many people accepted it. Then you also had scammers. You had people who took advantage of the system. That was until when this guy, Satoshi Nakamoto, nobody knows who is he till date. He has kept himself hidden. Okay. This guy created Bitcoin through some programming language. Created this. And I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of it. He figured out a way that if everyone had a record of what everyone had, if suppose A did business with B and B did it with C, and everyone could update their records, nobody can cheat anyone because everyone it keeps getting updated. So it worked. For the first time, it actually worked. However, the problem started after that when speculators started speculating. This is going to be the biggest thing in the world. And if you put $1, you'll get 100 times more, 1,000 times more. Whoever put $1, today that $1 is valued at 10,000. So obviously, when you can get easy money and you can become rich easily without any effort, who doesn't want? So automatically everyone jumped into the bag and I want a Bitcoin, I want a Bitcoin. Everyone jumped in. And from Bitcoin, you got many other kinds of currencies. As of now, if you search online, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, many different cryptocurrencies. Okay. Why am I telling you all this? Because all these kind of cryptocurrencies or concepts, they call it investments. You put actual money, they need that. You put it into this digital space, there is a chance you can become rich. So it's put money and voila, you become rich. It has worked for the early adopters, when someone bought a Bitcoin for, say, a few cents, 30 cents or whatever it was, when the prices got speculated to 10,000, 20,000, whatever, the person who bought, say, 3 Bitcoins spent like $1. For example, you bought 3 Bitcoins with $1. Then each Bitcoin was worth, say, $20,000. You could easily sell those 3 Bitcoins for $60,000. So you made $60,000 profit. Okay, just for that $1. So imagine if you put $1,000, you can multiply 1,000 into 20,000. So 20,000 is 20,000 plus 3 more zeros. So you become like 20 million. I don't know, I'm not very good at maths. Okay. Now, so this dream of becoming rich just by giving money and becoming rich is what drives so many people to invest. But now it's not straightforward. There are many people who play this game. They buy when it's low and they sell when it's high. I'll buy for, say, $5 and I'll sell it when its value is $10. So I make easy $5 profit. So because of this, many people have jumped into the cryptocurrency space. And due to this greed, this dream of hope of wanting to be rich, many people have lost their money, their savings, physical, actual money. For example, the Japanese exchange Bitcoin was hacked for 28 million. Hackers stole 40 million of cryptocurrency from Binance. Two Israeli brothers were arrested after a phishing scam that lasted 3 years. 6 were arrested in UK and Netherlands for 27 million typo squatting scam. A hack was the cause of Kraken Bitcoin flash crash. 10 million was stolen for XRP at GitHub. Singapore BitTrue got hacked for 4 million. Now, I know what you're going to say. Loy, this is where people got hacked. Well, the reason I'm telling you this is because there is nothing in the world that is hack-proof or foolproof or crash-proof. Everything can be hacked eventually. Okay, they will figure out. They will figure out a way to cheat you, scam you. In fact, I think one of the latest ones was Gerald William Cotton, who was the company CEO from Canada. In December 2018, while traveling to India, he died. His product was, what was this? I can't get the name. Cryptocurrency exchange he had, 250 million Canadian dollars or 190 million just vanished. Okay, because he died, only he had the passwords. Now, this is where OneCoin and Ruja Ignatova comes in. Now, what is this massive scam? And why am I sharing it on this channel? The reason I'm sharing it for UAE-based news, I'll tell you. You will be surprised now. Okay, now, I'll give you a nutshell about her. This lady called herself the crypto queen. Now, why she was the crypto queen? Because she convinced people to invest billions, okay? People spend their life savings, everything. In 1 week, she managed to get 2 million worth of investments. In 6 months, she had managed to gather around 30 million euros worth of investments. In fact, from 2014 to 2017, okay, in just these 3 years, she managed to collect 4 billion euros from Pakistan, Brazil, Hong Kong, Norway, Canada, Yemen, Palestine, India, and Africa, even UAE. Okay, from all these countries, she managed to get. And now she's vanished. So the question is, the first question will come to me, like, why would anyone believe her? Well, I'll tell you why they'll believe her. Number one, her background. She had an Oxford University degree. She was actually educated there properly. She was not a fake there. She had a PhD from Constance. Okay. She worked for McKinsey and Company. So she was a very legit person. She was great in public speaking. She had amazing charisma. She was well educated. She had a respectable background. In fact, she was featured as a keynote speaker in many conferences. She was featured in many magazines. She was featured in many websites. And she always spoke on these typical topics of inspiring women, of bringing hope. You can achieve your dreams, do the impossible. So, an educated woman, an intelligent, educated woman with her photograph on many magazines. That is why people show magazines. Oh, I'm featured on this magazine. I'm on this website with Richard Branson, with this prime minister, with this guy. So she was rubbing shoulders with the who's and who. Okay. So because of this, her credibility grew. At every conference, at every seminar, every place she went, after networking, taking people's contact numbers and saying, okay, you add me on this social media, whatever, she started to propose a cryptocurrency which was supposed to eclipse Bitcoin. Now, I give you the brief history of Bitcoin. If someone had invested in Bitcoin, just buying I'll give you a rough example. Okay, 3 Bitcoins for $1, you would make $60,000 when during its peak, which obviously took time. She gave them the same message: invest now. You put in whatever, $100, whatever. There's a chance you can make 10,000, 100,000. It's limitless. So people, $100 is not a big deal. Many people would be like, $100 is not a problem. But what made her so convincing is she had levels. She had different levels. Like, for example, there was a starter package for $140. There was a beginner's package. There was an intermediate package. There was an advanced package. There was a premium package. From $140 euros, it would go all the way to like $118,000 or $120,000. So small, big. And with each level, you got certain additional perks, like you could withdraw money easily so many number of times, or you would get X so many times. Like if you're a starter, you get 1.5 times. If you are, let's say, advanced level, you'll get 2 times. If you are at the highest level, you'll get like 5 times. Plus you can withdraw, plus you can get VIP customer support service, so many other things. So she had very good soundings in like premium package, pro package, tycoon package, gold package, diamond package. And the bigger the package you bought, the more the perks and benefits. In fact, she even had another it's unbelievable, like her genius, how her mind worked. She even had the more coins you bought, the more your returns on investment. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the first one was packages. The second one, more the coins, more the benefit. Number 3 is she created the software whereby, I'm not giving exact, like I'm just telling you on research I did. She created this system where after you log in, you'll see how much you purchased and you'll actually see the value. And every day you log in, you'll see, oh, it's going up. Oh, it went little down. Oh, it went more up. So that anticipation, wow, today I have 100,000. After a few days, oh, it's become 172. Oh, it's become 151. Oh, it's gone to 200. So every day that anticipation, wow, what's going to happen today? What free stuff will I get? Then she also created, point number 4, she also created that if, for example, I purchased a package, I purchased coins. Now I can see my money multiplying. She also had a multi-level marketing kind of concept whereby if I introduced my wife, okay, me and my wife both joined. I joined and my wife joined. She would be under me. So now my wife, whatever she invested, I would get a percentage of that. Okay. And if I put more people under me, I'd get a percentage of each one. So each one I would get maybe 10%. Then if these people employed somebody below them, I would get maybe 5% of that. And if those people employed someone under them, I would get 1% of each one. So 1 person at the top. So I'd have 2. So I'd get 10% of each. Then if these 2 people had another 2, so I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd get 5% of each. And if these 4 people got, again, 2 each, 4 people, 2 each is 2, 4, 6, 8 people, I'd get 2%. So it would multiply, that effect would multiply. And there, those numbers, she had the software, intelligence software, whereby you'd see your value growing so much more. Now, obviously, the question would be, Loy, why didn't people cash out early? They did. They did cash out early. Let's say, for example, I invested 100. And now I can see the number going 1,000, 1,500. So just to be sure, I would withdraw 1,500. And they would actually give me 1,500. And when you have 1,500 in your hand, you're like, fuck, wow, this shit actually works. So what do you think? Do you think people are going to take the 1,500? Okay, thank you enough. I made enough money and go. No, they would say, fuck this, man. I'm investing again. I'll invest again, get another 1,500. But because a human greed is so crazy, they would not just put 100. They would put the entire 1,500. This time, let it become 15,000. Then they'd withdraw that. They'd be like, fuck, why am I withdrawing? Why don't I just put it and let it go to 100,000? So initially, they allowed people to withdraw. And people are easily making money. And then they realized she also has a scheme whereby, because she realized people kept withdrawing, if you keep it there, it'll multiply even more. And she actually sold them on the dream, because you read the article, where people calculated that they could become the richest in the world. That means they could become more richer than Jeff Bezos. They could become more richer than Mark Zuckerberg. Imagine, and people actually fell for this. And it was like driving people nuts. It was so effective, what she had done. First, it was the US. After US, they covered majority. They went to UK, then they went to Europe. And once, the press and the law and the banks started getting whiff of this and it started getting too notorious, they realized, I think we better stop being aggressive here. Let's go to another market. So they went into unregulated markets, Africa, India, China, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. And there it was spreading like wildfire. And especially countries like Africa, where these people don't even have an internet connection, where some of them don't even know computers. What they would do is get a very influential person in Africa, give them a free gift. And if they would get a couple of people, they would give them another free gift. It becomes very cheap in Africa, especially a village. They started giving them gifts. And when this person started getting more and more gifts, obviously they would hold, seminars, and they would support and say, hold a bigger seminar. So they would hold a really big one and they would give free gifts to everyone. Everyone would get a small free gift, which would hardly cost them anything. And then people said, wow, this is a solution to our problems. And they each one started to pay 140 euros, So they were busy collecting money. It's like in this article, they even showed that, they even stated that one person actually got a free car, a small cheap car. And this drove the whole village crazy. Like, she got a free car. Even I can get a free car. So they all said, take my money. The sad fact is, these 4 villages, some of them had their life savings. They had their savings of their mother, father, brother, sister, the entire life savings, which they could have purchased, let's say, a farm, or they could have built a warehouse. They took that money, their life savings of 4, 5 generations, and they paid this lady. In fact, in some cases, they even borrowed money. They even took a loan from multiple people and they give it to this lady. This lady actually had an event in Dubai. This is where the Dubai story comes in. She had an event in Dubai where she came out with this royal dress and spoke, and people paid shitloads of money. And obviously, to convince people, they would give them money, gifts, and all that, and say, these are the winners and all that. They invested. You can also get it. So people fell for this. Eventually, one day, when it reached a tipping point, when regulators, when investigative journalists, when everyone started inquiring and checking this, they found a lot of questions. And when they started to get cornered, one day, she vanished. And even though if you check on Facebook and all that the Facebook page is still there, but there's no interaction. There's nobody saying anything. In fact, now it's like they're trying to locate where she is. They can't find her. There are people who are saying that she travels between Dubai, UAE, and Russia. Many people have suggested that she has even had plastic surgery done. In fact, there are some people who have even suggested that she has a network of very powerful people because of which she cannot be touched. Now, What is the moral of the story? Why am I sharing all this with you? What I'm trying to tell you is, please understand this so-called, term investment or investing. It's like you put 100 and you'll get 1,000. From where is that money becoming 1,000? How is it becoming 1,000? Yes, when you put it in a bank, if I give it to a bank, they give me 2% because they lend this money for 5%. So 3% is a profit that they make. And me saving my money there, I get a little bit. So 2% is understood annually. When you're talking of 200% or 2,000% or 2,000,000%, put 100 and get 10,000. Use your common sense. How does this money grow? What gives, like, for example, Bitcoin, from hardly, one Bitcoin being like 30 cents, it grew to $20,000. What made its value go so up? What? You could start purchasing universally, like, can you go and buy stuff with Bitcoin? Yes, you can buy a cup of coffee. Can you go and buy land from somewhere? Can you go and buy airline ticket? Is it universally accepted? As long as financial institutions are there, as long as the government is the big brother, the police, where they can see what is going on, cryptocurrencies are never going to be a success, because by allowing a cryptocurrency to take over the world, you're relinquishing control. And no government, no entity, no bank would want to sacrifice its capacity to make a profit. So here is another scam that took place. This is a real story, and people have lost. The sad fact is many innocent, poor lives have lost everything. So I hope this gives you a wake-up call. Please don't fall for all these investments, multi-level marketing. There's no such thing as quick get-rich scheme. There is none. The faster you realize that, the happier you'll be. So I hope this is a wake-up call for you. Put down your thoughts in the comment section below. I always comment. And let me know your thoughts, because I'd love to hear it. Okay, let's move on to the next news. Okay, moving on to international news. This was pretty humorous, or rather funny, the way it happened. This guy from Dubai, he actually, I need a session with you. He went all berserk, he went all crazy. I was like, relax, chill. He's like, Loy, what is your charge? I'll pay you money. I told him my charge is standard. It's US dollars, 167 for a one-to-one session. He said, yeah, I'll book you. How do I pay it? So I give him. I was like, what happened? Did he kill someone? Is he going to go to jail? What? So this guy, he books the session and he's like, Loy, I want to tell you something, but keep it confidential. I was like, fine, I'll keep it confidential. Tell me, what is it? So he tells me that he lied on his CV. I was like, okay, you lied on your CV. And what happened? Yeah, I got the job, but I lied on my CV. And they are investigating and I'm in deep shit. So I said, okay, so what was the position? So he said, it's sales, and I lied about my achievements and all that. So I said, relax, there's nothing to worry. Nothing is going to happen. You joined for sales. You lied about it. All you got to do is just prove that you can sell. If you can prove you can sell, it doesn't matter what you mentioned on your CV, because obviously sales is about proving. He said, no, Loy, there was an incident where a person got jailed. I said, yes, there are certain incidents where you can get jailed, but that is for depending on the position. I said, why are you so worried? What is bothering you? Tell me. Finally, he sent me the link, which is this. An Australian woman was jailed for a fake resume. So I said, let me see what it is. And in this article, it was a woman landed in jail for a job that paid $185,000. Okay. That is a very high position. It's a very big position. And that's why she's going to jail. And it was in Australia. So I said, why are you worried? He said, she got in jail. I'm worried I can get in jail. So I read the article. Then I explained it. Number one, she's getting $185,000. You're not getting $185,000. That's number one. Second one, she was at a chief, I think, information officer, like a CEO, that big position. You're not a CEO. Number three is she was working for the government. you're not working for the government. If you are working for the government and you lie, then you're in serious trouble. Okay. The next one is she was going to handle sensitive information. You're not handling any sensitive information. You just have to go sell bloody products. Okay. And last but not the least is she lied twice before and she was caught in a country where you cannot lie, like Australia, especially for the government. So I said, here in Dubai, they don't give a fuck. And that also you're in sales. So relax. So I managed to calm him down and I told him, you don't have to worry. So for those people who have lied on their CVs and you're worried, oh, I'm going to be jailed. No. But remember, if you're applying for a government-based position, there you can get into serious trouble. And if you're applying for, let's say, a managerial role, that too for a multinational company, then you might end up either having a legal case put on you. Depends if you speak to them, apologize. They'll not take you to court. However, you will lose your job. Okay, especially if it's a multinational company. I personally know of people who have lost their job. So I thought I'd share this news with you because I found it pretty weird. Okay, moving to the next piece of news. This is for those people, this piece of news that I'm going to share with you is for those people who have this image that my channel on YouTube or a career on YouTube is big fucking money. Many of them like, Loy, you're making money. That's my dream. I want to be a YouTuber and all that. Let me give you the reality of earning $270,000 to $2,000. Now, it's not me. I've never earned $270,000. I'm giving you an actual example of this guy. His name is David Dobrik. Okay. So David Dobrik is a YouTube personality who has 14.6 million. That's almost 15 million subscribers on YouTube. Now, he's popular for these, childish kind of videos. Like, what do I mean by childish? He has this, he pulled a prank, he put stuff and something exploded, funny stuff and, teasing his girlfriend or giving his friend a free car. So that kind of content, which is kind of entertaining for some people. For me, it's not my kind of cup of tea. So he used to put these prank videos and he used to get lots of views. People like this teenage prank videos, especially youngsters. So before on YouTube, when he was getting 60 million views per video, okay, no, sorry, not per video, around an average per month, 60 million, he was making $275,000. That's roughly like $300,000. That's roughly 1 million dirhams per month. When he was earning that kind of money, he had the capacity to buy, like he literally had a video. I saw this where he gifted his friend I think Lamborghini or Ferrari. He just gifted his friend and friend was crying and he put this video and people are like, oh, wow. And everyone likes to watch such videos. They like watching videos of expensive cars, babes, girls, kissing. There's one YouTuber known as Vitalis or something, Vitali TV. He shows kissing random girls. So he shows sexy girls sleeping there and just goes and smooches them. It's all pre-planned. But many people have this fantasy. They like to see all this stuff. Okay, sexy girl that you're smooching, kissing, asking a random girl, what if I kiss you? And the girl says, no, and then, yeah, let's kiss. And so people like such stuff. So he made $200,000 or $300,000 per month through these videos. However, YouTube is an evolving platform. Okay. So the adpocalypse came. Adpocalypse where if something was not your own content, you could not make money out of it. If sponsors objected to certain aspects like racism, sexism, hatred, or anything that went against community guidelines, they would demonetize that video. If you had, let's say, a song or something that belonged to someone, you wouldn't make that much money. So after these rules came into play, from earning almost $300,000 or $275,000 per month, now he makes $2,000. The funny thing is, before he had 60 million views, now he has 200 million views. So big difference because he pays money to get more subscribers. So from 60 million, he's crossed like 200 million views a month. But from $300,000 or 275, now he earns 2,000. It's so shocking. I can't even wrap my head around this. Just think about it, okay? Where you are making 1 million dirhams a month, now you're making 6,000 dirhams a month. You see the difference? So why am I sharing this information with you is to tell you that if you're thinking for a career online, It can be Shopify. It can be buying and selling stuff online. It can be like YouTube, or it can be anything. There's no guarantee that if you made money this year, next year, you're going to survive. Anything can happen. And for those of you who, keep saying like, oh, Loy, your YouTube videos are not high production value, or I don't make money through YouTube videos. On an average, okay, I make $150 per month. $150 per month for all the effort, all the videos. So you must be asking, Loy, then why do you put videos? I don't put videos to earn money on YouTube. I put the videos it's a branding exercise to add value, to give people free content so they know, oh, Loy provides value. And then I can focus on my other business. My other business being personal branding. I teach people skills on how to market and sell themselves and earn double in the corporate world. There is a skill, there's a way, there's a strategy. I think the difference between me and most of the people is I keep it real. I tell it as it is. I don't give you fucking fake hopes and dreams. I don't show Lamborghini rented out. I don't show you a big house. I don't tell you that you can be a billionaire. I just tell you that whatever you're earning right now, if you're earning 10,000, we can focus on 20,000. You're earning 20,000, we can focus on 40,000. Okay. So I hope this news gives you a little bit of insight into the real world online. So please, youngsters, don't fall for this YouTube career and flash in the pans and TV and stardom and all that. And I'll put the links and you can check it out. He has his interview, David Dobrik, on the worst money he has ever blown, men's wealth, men's health, and the YouTube link is there. Okay. So now, having said that, let's move on to news from Saudi and the Middle East. This one is from Financial Times. The title is How Riyadh Saudi's Aramco's Ambitions Were Thwarted. Oh my God, that thwarted. Okay, destroyed, whatever. Simple English word. Okay. This whole article, the summary of this whole article is whereby MBS, his goal was to float the shares of Saudi Aramco in the international markets and attract an investment of $2 trillion, which is unheard of. $2 trillion. Okay. That was his goal. That was his game plan. That is exactly why, MBS was going around visiting so many countries, which no other Saudi leader did. So many countries, shaking hands with so many world leaders, showing that we are very open-minded, we are very broad-minded, come, invest, we love you. So all this drama that he was doing, in the end, was for a reason. That's why I always tell people, if a conservative Arab Muslim, he starts showing, I'm very open-minded, I'm your friend, I love you, and all that. No, there is a reason behind it. There is, they don't just suddenly become your good friends. Even in Dubai, all of a sudden the sheikhs are showing, oh, we love Indians, and they are hugging each other and they are hugging Modi and all that. No, there's a reason behind it. And the bottom line is just money. So in the end, after doing all this PR publicity campaign and opening the doors of Saudi, so-called opening the doors and inviting rap artists and singers and all this bullshit, which I'll speak to you more about later, end of the day was what? It came down to this. Invest in my country, take these shares, but give me $2 trillion. And unfortunately, people are not dumb. They're not stupid. Yes, they will shake hands with you. Yes, food opportunity. Yes, they'll speak good about you. But when it comes to money, people are very smart and sharp. The world's top bankers, the world's top financial institutions, everyone, they felt Saudi Aramco was not valued at $2 trillion. So they came up with these big numbers. They didn't achieve these numbers. And now when they floated, I think only 5% of the shares, it didn't achieve still the same target. In fact, they floated this only in Saudi, opening it only to Saudi nationals and locals. They themselves are not ready to pay so much. So this is a major, major blow for Saudi and MBS's goals. Well, what do you expect? People are not stupid when it comes to their money. And yes, they can hug you and hold hands and do all the kumbaya, but end of the day, money is money. This is another news where Saudi is trying to gain money. Bloomberg, it says Saudi Arabia gives first permanent residency to foreigners. Here again, see the news. They have granted only 73 foreigners, 73 in a population of millions, 100 millions or whatever, 73, they've given them premium residency in order to attract investment. How do you get this? If you have $213,000 or 800,000 riyals, okay, we will give you a permanent residency, or you can every year pay 100,000 riyals and keep renewing. Now, you pay money, you're allowed to be in this country. I don't know how far that is attractive because every country is doing this. In Thailand also they're doing it. UAE also they're doing it. Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi, Oman, every country is doing it. So what's so great about this? I just don't know. It's just they're saying that it's like, when UAE was giving its gold card and gold visa, they're making big noise. Now there's no noise about it. Nobody cares about it. So this is another way to get money. But then again, I feel it's just a flash in the pans. It's not going to work long term. Then in terms of Saudi, and I'll tell you why you want to know why anything Saudi does will not work. Well, it's news like this. This one is from NewYorkPost.com. This maid, this poor lady, she is in Saudi Arabia. She films a secret video begging and crying for freedom, showing her hands that she was beaten and bruised, and she's begging for freedom. Now, the sad fact is, after she uploaded this video online, her phone was taken away from her. Nobody knows where she is. Nobody knows what she's doing. In fact, the next news will share some more insight about what is happening in Saudi. This one is Al-Jazeera.com, where they speak about Bangladeshi women who go to Saudi to work as maids. Okay, they work for a salary of $235 per month. Okay, most of them, Arab families, they're not small families. They have like 6, 8, 10, 12 people. And what these girls were supposed to do is cooking, cleaning, household chores. They have to work for 14 to 15 hours the whole day, non-stop. There is no phone, there's no TV, there's no rest. Now, if that was not worse enough, they even get beaten like animals with a stick. And some of them are even sexually assaulted. In fact, one of the girls who tried to run away, she ended up breaking her leg. Instead of the owners, her employers, taking her to the hospital, they just dumped her outside the embassy. And because she didn't get treatment on time, now she's permanently disabled. Okay. It's in the last 4 years, 66 have died, 52 committed suicide. And I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is not the Saudis. These people are backward. Not all. See, I'm not saying all the Saudis, okay? I'm saying the majority of them. And the thing is, these people live in a custom or tradition where they feel that they're still dealing with slaves. They feel like, oh, he's black, he's African, he's a slave. They have this mentality even today. They feel if you're white and fair, you are wow. If you're black and you are from an Asian country, you're poor. And for them, beating is normal. They beat you with a stick. They pay you hardly, they make you work like dogs. They feel this is normal, especially in villages where there's no education. So why am I saying it's not the problem? The problem is from the government. You tell me, if let's say a British national or an American citizen was jailed and they complained to the embassy, do you think the embassy is going to keep quiet? No, they would fucking destroy them through social media, through news. It would be covered left, right, and center. But when you're talking like a country like Africa, Bangladesh, even India, they don't care about their citizens because there are so many. The country is poor and they have such a population crisis. They're like, fine, you want to keep them in jail? Please keep them. You're doing us a favor. You can tell me if I'm wrong. An American citizen goes to jail. He complains to the embassy. The embassy will take action immediately. Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan, African goes to the embassy. Even Indian or Pakistani goes to the embassy, complains. We will see. This is the problem. So I feel it's the country. That is why there's so much of, weightage for an American passport, a Canadian passport. Why do you think an American or a Canadian doesn't want to take a Saudi passport, doesn't want to take an African passport, doesn't want to take a Bangladeshi passport? Tell me why. You can tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm very open. You can put your comments down below. I'm Allah, I'm ready to even apologize and say, yes, you're right, I'm wrong. Please go ahead. Okay. Moving on to still Saudi-based news. The last one is in Saudi, the Netflix CEO, what's his name? Reed Hastings. Okay. They had suspended an episode of Hassan Minhaj's show, which was the patriotic act for the Saudi market. Okay, so he has his show, comedy show, and this was censored in Saudi. So, obviously people in the West, oh, how dare you do that? This is freedom of speech. And, they have this sense of entitlement. But CEO Reed Hastings, what he said is, we are not here in the new business of news. We are not here for truth is power. We are here to entertain. It's very simple common sense. You want to operate in the country, you need to follow their rules. So the Saudi government requested the removal of this video and said it violates Saudi law. So for them, it's very simple. If Netflix has to operate in Saudi, they have to follow the rules. Netflix is a million or billion-dollar company. It's not going to listen. Oh, you feel your rights are violated? Pay me fucking money, then we'll do some talking. You pay me peanuts and you talk all big. People don't use fucking common sense. When you're in a country, you respect the rules of the country. You do what they want. That's how you survive. That's how you'll thrive. Other Saudis going to kick them out. See what happened to NBA and China. It's very simple. Sticking on to Saudi. Oh, I still have 2 more Saudi news. Just 2 more. This one is to share with you the shock and awe that is happening. You remember WWE wrestlers, they had a problem in Saudi and they made a big hoo-ha about it that some wrestlers could not go. Some people said, oh, they were disrespecting their religion, and some women were supposed to wear scarves, and some of them look satanic. There's a lot of claims about it, but nobody knows actually what happened. But obviously, WWE wants to maintain its relationship with Saudi, so they would keep hush about it, and they'll try to brush the problems under carpet because it's like never happened. In the same way, you also have Saudi, a rapper. He waves a bra, and in this video, you can actually see it's on Twitter. He waves this bra at an audience. I would just say, man, you need to use your common sense. When you're in a country, know the values, know the laws. Don't fuck around like this. It's crazy. For me, it's not a big deal. You can wave whatever you want. You'll be naked if you like. And why am I saying this? Because of the next news, Al Jazeera. 3 performers were on stage. One mad lunatic must have felt they are violating their culture or their religion or their laws. This guy jumped on stage with a knife and stabbed 3 performers who were doing some opera or whatever drama. So this goes to show you that when you're going into new countries who are just opening up, it still takes time for people to accept what is modern and what is not. And this is the same problem with these Arab men who are refugees or who escape their own country and go to the West. From seeing women who are completely covered to suddenly seeing girls who are open, Western style of dressing. And they end up with, what happens in New Year, molestation and rape and all that. So this is because for a guy who has never seen a girl open, when he sees the first time, he goes berserk. So you can't help it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like I said, I'm not hating on any religion. I'm not hating on any particular group of people. I'm just giving you news that actually happened. So if you feel you have any other news of any other country, please feel free. Put the links below. I always acknowledge them. Okay, let's move on to UAE and UAE-based news. The first one is, ever since Elon Musk launched his that vehicle, I know many of you have an opinion. Some feel it's very cartoonish. Some feel it's very futuristic. Some feel that, oh, he made a mistake. And some people say, no, he didn't make a mistake. I personally think it was not a mistake. He is a very smart, intelligent guy. The glass didn't break by mistake. It was to get free publicity, because when you make a mistake, your haters do much more public work for you than if you succeed. So anyway, so UAE fanatics, there are a lot of people in the UAE. Like I told you, UAE has money. They were very enthusiastic to get this new Tesla vehicle. And so they have placed a pre-order. Well, the only thing here is the pre-order is, I think, only $100. And, well, it's confirmed. But $100 anyone can pre-order. And many of them were showing the email, oh, I pre-ordered this for $100. $100 anyone can pre-order. You buy the actual thing and then show off. So anyway, it seems that Dubai police has also purchased one of these vehicles, and it proves to be very good publicity because, all their fleet of expensive cars, which they have purchased, gives them plenty of mileage. But now it's becoming an old story. Nobody's so interested. Abu Dhabi also jumped on the bandwagon of having a Rolls Royce and Bugatti and showing that Abu Dhabi is also, buying expensive cars. But now, people are no longer interested. It's old news. Anyway, speaking about news and UAE always is famous about this. See, I always tell you that how media is controlled and how they play with the message, and many of the haters are like, Loy, you're just a hater. Well, let me speak to you about this news. UAE in Gulf news, the news is Dubai Airshow wraps up with a $554 billion in deal. Okay, sorry, 54 billion. Yeah, $54.5 billion in deals, not 550. Okay, so in this article it says that Emirates Airlines and Air Arabia alone accounted for the majority with 38.8 billion in deals, and Emirates Airlines stealing the show. See the words, stealing the show with orders worth 24.8 billion and Air Arabia 14 billion. Okay. So in this news, if you didn't know anything and I were to, share this news with you, you'll be like, wow, Emirates Airlines is doing very well. Etihad is doing very well. Sorry, Air Arabia is doing very well. And in other words, UAE is doing very well. Okay. So this is what the UAE based media is telling you. And if you check Khaleej Times, it says, Emirates announces $16 billion orders of 50 Airbus planes in Dubai Airshow. Wow. So they are trying to show amazing. UAE still has power. Emirates Airlines still has power. In fact, when I read this news, I was like wondering, from where are they getting this kind of money? Especially in the downturn, especially when Dubai is going to a cash crunch. Because if you're based in Dubai, you will know the truth. Okay? And I know what is happening in the market. I keep myself alert and active with people who are actually working there. So I was like, what is the real news then? That is why Forbes.com, they came out with this heading. Now the heading states, the truth is that Emirates net cancelled $20 billion of aircrafts commitments at Dubai Airshow. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Why are they saying that Emirates Airlines cancelled 20 billion? Here it says they ordered 16 billion or, 24 billion. So if you read the article, in a nutshell, what it says is this year's Dubai Airshow was mainly a PR demo to show that UAE is still very strong. The reality is Emirates, it had first ordered, let's say, for example, I'm just giving rough, it had ordered 50 billion worth of aircrafts. Okay, it had ordered some memorandum of understanding. Yes, it had made the announcement before. However, at this air show, they cancelled that 50 billion and they said, we'll not take the 50 billion and we'll not take this big wide body aircraft. We'll take smaller aircrafts and we'll take a lesser amount. So instead of 50 billion of big aircrafts, we'll take 20 million of small aircrafts. So technically, they have signed a 20 billion. Technically, yes, they have ordered new aircrafts, but they cancelled the previous announcement for which they got this big fanfare. They cancelled the previous order. And the article states, to summarize, the headlines appear to shout out that Emirates Airlines is ordering a large order. However, if you look at the actual details, it represents a net reduction of 20 billion of actual orders from the previous announcements. So the point which I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not saying that UAE is bad or UAE media is bad. All I'm trying to make you aware is, whenever you hear any news, cross-check the other news from other countries, from other publications, and you'll get a balanced truth. Don't fall for the hype. I remember why I'm telling you this is because I got this guy from Africa who obviously wanted free advice, which I'm not going to give. He's like, yo bro, I'm their bro, I want to go to UAE to improve my life. I'm poor and this and that. I was like, go to UAE. He's like, I just wanted to confirm, how is the hotel industry? I said, it's very difficult. It's tough. So he said, no, what do you mean by that? I read in the news. Then he shares with me a news, not news, from Google, a screenshot. I don't know where I kept it. In that it's written, the average salary of a hotelier, a guy who works in a hotel, the average salary is 23,000 dirhams per month. 23,000 dirhams for a hotel, a guy who works in a hotel. You can imagine that the chap who's working in Africa in a hotel, maybe he's getting like $200, $300. All of a sudden he reads this news where people are getting like $8,000, $6,000 or $7,000. Where is 300 and where is like $6,000? And he's like, I want to come to Dubai and earn, like 200% more. So please, my request to you is don't fall for bullshit news. Look at both sides of the story and have your own judgment formed. So let me know, what do you think? Because this is a news that is actually, 3 different publications, 3 different headlines, 3 different perspectives giving you of the same incident. In fact, if you see CNBC, it says here, Dubai Airshow, only 2 jets sold. It's with paltry sales. And here they gave the wonderful stats. I made it a graph. In 2013, Dubai Airshow had generated 192 billion in 2013. In 2015, it was 37 billion. So 192 billion. 2015, 37 billion. 2017, 15 billion. And 2019, 585 million. So from 192 billion, 37, 15, and 0.585. So you can see the decline in sales. So, well, form your own opinion. In fact, the only worthwhile, honest news that I found out was with Etihad Airways. ArabianBusiness.com reported, Etihad Group CEO Tony Douglas said that Etihad Aviation Group has still a long way to go before making a profit. Because it's very simple. If you had followed them or you read the news of what has been happening, this Abu Dhabi run carrier, which wanted to show pride and ego like Dubai's Emirates Airlines, they went into loss of billions. They tried from 2017, tried reducing costs. They dropped unprofitable routes. They cut jobs. They cut plane orders. Still, they saw losses for 3 years consecutively, and even now. One of the main reasons was they had preferential salaries for different nationalities. Emiratis were paid the highest, whites were paid second highest, Asians were paid the lowest. When you have all such unprofessional stuff, end of the day, you're going to eat dust. So this is what is happening. And even Emirates is still struggling. See, the only reason why Emirates is successful is because it's piggybacking on Dubai being a hub, and it has support from the UAE government, okay? But the day Dubai no longer is a hub, which is happening now that the GCC countries are no longer united, Doha is trying to compete with Dubai, they're going to find it hard. That is why with all the fanfare that they launched Maktoum Airport and they give this prediction, more than 200 million people will come every single day in the airport. It's reducing. I don't know, is it 85 million or it's even lesser than that? Okay, let's move on to a little bit of positive news. If you want positive news, well, IKEA is going to employ 1,500 people. This guy's name is Vinod Jayan, who is the managing director of IKEA for Indian guy for UAE, Qatar, Egypt, Oman. I checked his profile. He has been an MD since 2006. And thanks to his vision, IKEA has grown strength to strength. But here he gives a prediction which I find kind of funny. It's like you assume that you're going to keep growing like crazy. So he has assumed that IKEA is going to open aggressively in the next 2 to 3 years. They'll be opening in Oman, they'll be opening in Egypt, they'll be opening in all these countries, and sky's the limit for them. So I would say, okay, fine. If you're opening in Dubai, fine, I can agree. Make that sustainable, then focus on the next one. Don't focus too far ahead. Okay, next one. I got in touch with the Dubai banks. Okay, I got in touch with one very senior manager of a Dubai-based bank, and he told me, Loy, this article that you see in Arabian Business where they have only cut 500 jobs. He said, no, it's much more. it's anywhere in the range of 2,000 to 5,000 jobs. Okay. But they've only put 500 jobs because they don't want to panic. And many people are losing their money, losing everything that they had left, right, and center. And he specifically pointed out to the fact that if anyone has taken a loan or a credit card, they are in deep trouble because end of the day, it's when you do lose your job, the banks have to inform the local authorities about it because they want to make sure that their money is protected. So Dubai Bank, Emirates NBD claims 500 jobs, but overall in the banking sector, people have lost more than 5,000 jobs. Okay. Next is, where people are actually losing jobs and panicking. Here you have UAE government, which is supporting its citizens, which is kind of good for UAE, but not good for the expats. The government has rolled out a new jobs portal for UAE nationals, and they make it very easy for Emiratis to get jobs. 160 different job professions, 5,000 titles. But here's the problem. An Emirati happened to tell me, he said, Emiratis don't want to work for just about any company. They want a good salary, they want a good position, they want easy timings, and they want to spend time with their family, and they want, the salary bonuses, which only governments give. If you're working for the government, you get double the salary or triple the salary as a bonus every year, plus you get a lot of perks and benefits, plus holiday, plus you can go home early, plus, you work 5 days, which private companies cannot afford to give. Okay. So that's another challenge which they have. Then I remember I told you many people are running away without paying their loans or their credit cards. That's why they came out with this, they keep advertising this PR news, as I call it, that, remember in Gulf News, they came out with the news that a Filipina had to pay 1 million, but because she consulted a lawyer, they reduced the loan to 10,000 or something. What they are trying to tell you is, if you have a loan, come and inform us that you lost your job, you can't pay any money, and we will try to help you. What they are trying to do invariably is, if you do lose your job and you go inform them that I can't pay, what can you do for me? The first thing, they'll ensure that you're not allowed to travel out of the country. You cannot run away. You are stuck in the country, and then you have to pay. And until you pay, you are not allowed to go out. So they come out with Khalid Shams. They're saying that if you are in debt, come and tell us. We will restructure your debt. You can pay and in a very easy way, and then, happy. No, it's nothing happy. If you go inform them, you will not be allowed to leave until you clear your debts. Now, I'm not trying to encourage people to run away. You took a loan, you better pay off the loan. That's what I tell everyone. But I'm just keeping you aware that don't think life is going to be so rosy. Still sticking with UAE-based news, you have Emiratis posing as Interpol officers. These local chokels became Interpol, and they robbed the hole of an Indian. And, now they are in a hole themselves. They are in jail. Okay. You have expats trying to bribe UAE government officials. A woman was accused of offering bribes to driving license officers. And a gentleman from Comoros Island offered a package deal, 30 to 50,000 dirhams per month if you keep giving driving license to my people. I just feel that they are creating this kind of a fear that don't try to bribe our people because you'll be caught. And they're also trying to tell the people who are working there, if you are caught, you're going to be in trouble. I look at it as both the ways, which giving bribes is not part of the system. My opinion is, make it easier for people to do things, then they wouldn't have to resort to all this. Okay. When you make it difficult, you keep, I'm from the day and time where if people had to get a driver's license, it would take them 8, sometimes 5 years to 11 years just to get a driver's license. I personally know of one guy, Francis, who used to work in St. Michael's Church. He's a sacristan. 11 years he failed. He knows how to drive flawlessly, but for 11 years they made him fail, not giving him a license, and he spent thousands of dirhams just for trying to get a driver's license. So when you make it so difficult for people to get a license, obviously they're going to try funny ways. So make it easy, and I'm sure legally everyone would want to go that way. Okay, next one is a Pakistani guy. it seems, cheated a bank of 100,000 dirhams. He came on a fake visa. He brought in a fake certificate. He applied with fake documents. He managed to get his credit card. He withdrew 100,000 and he ran away from the country. I just look at it as this one guy did not get these brains. There is obviously a network. There's obviously somebody who guided him properly. Well, I would say that, he used his mind in the wrong way, but he got what he wanted. And now they have put a case on him in absentia, which I think is worthless and pointless anyway. Okay, now moving on to what the readers have shared in terms of their comments. The first one was somebody asked me, Loy, is the golden age of UAE, is it over? My answer to this is yes, it's finished. You cannot make easy money anymore. Life is no longer easy there. If you had gone to UAE or Dubai in the 1960s, in the 70s and 80s, yes, you would grow. Whatever business you'd start would just flourish, okay? Today, it's a different ballgame altogether. And today, with the property crisis, with the oil, with the instability of the region and social media and internet, it's no longer that easy. Yes, you can get a good job. Yes, you can make money. Yes, if you're smart, you have a strategy, you can, but there's no easy money, okay? Mind you, there are plenty of jobs. People are getting employed. There are vacancies, but it's not going to be easy. That's all I'm trying to tell you, okay? So that's my opinion. There was this other email that I got with the screenshot of all the people terminated from engineer's office. This is Sheikh Mohammed's own company. There was an Excel sheet with their names, the designations, and they were sent an email, come to the office and report. And people were like, in big question, why are they calling us all of a sudden? And they were just called, and all of them were given their termination papers and just bundled up and sent. And the guy got in touch with me. He was crying his heart out because he had given so many years to this company. Like I told you, it's just like a one-night stand. The day they feel, it's like a girl who you pay money for just to have sex, and the day you don't have money, she's going to tell you, fuck off. That's how the relationship. It's not a marriage. It's not a relationship. It's more like you have money, loyalty is there. Don't have money, bye-bye. That's what I tell people. Don't be loyal to a company. Be loyal as long as the guy pays you money. The day he doesn't pay you money, bye-bye. And don't waste your time and life being in one company for more than 3 years. Please, I tell you a number of times, do not continue with the same company after you finish your contract. Leave and go. That's the smart way to go. Anyway, the next one is a shocking expose. This one I got from a guy who has worked with Burj Khalifa. He's no longer in the UAE. And that is why he opened up and shared with me. We had a video conference together. This is what he has said about Burj Khalifa. Okay, this is from a guy who has actually worked on Burj Khalifa. This is what he says. He says, Loy, the main revenue are the hotels and restaurants in Burj Khalifa from the 4th floor to the 46th floor. Very few floors are sold to private parties. One of them was even sold to a film actor, Keralite film actor, who comes by his well-wishers, who comes there just to bang females. Bang means boom, boom. Okay. He has given me the name of the film actor, but I don't want to take his name. Okay. Floor number 99. From the 100th floor to the 120th floor, 100 to 120 is sold to royal families. Floor 124 to 123 to 124 is a restaurant and gift shop and a viewing area. You can book it online for 100 dirhams. At the top is the 127th floor. From there to floor number 145, nothing is sold. So from floor number 127 to 145, nothing is sold. From 146 to 147 is Burj Khalifa, Sky, View, or whatever. The actual tickets were 500 dirhams and now it's 399 because there is no public. Few Europeans and Far Eastern people still visit. Rest of them don't bother. The main revenue for Burj is the visitors. Digital photo, high resolution is 500 dirhams. There is an in-office and pool annexure that is empty. From floor 148 to 158 are all empty floors. They are not yet furnished. They are filled with concrete, debris, steel trunks, cables, and open electrical points. On floor number 160, they have a mosque. Now, I have no idea. Okay, this is what he has given. I've never been there. Floor number 160, they have a mosque. Every Muslim is permitted to go there for prayers. Floor number 165 has very narrow floors that you can only access through ladders. And from there, you will feel the air pressure thinning, and it's not viable. So according to him, he says that the Burj Khalifa is a failure. The only money that they're making is by people going and visiting and having the views. The rest, all of them are literally suffering. Okay, this is what he said. Another gentleman who has been in UAE for past 40 plus years, he has been, I think, the third generation. This is what he said. He said, he spoke about Sheikh Zayed, and he spoke with a lot of love and passion. He said, Loy, Sheikh Zayed was the only true leader of UAE. He used to every single day go from Ruiz to Fujairah, from Abu Dhabi all the way to Fujairah. He used to literally drive and meet people, you know, the actual Emiratis. He used to go on the helicopter, he used to go in a car, and the escort and the entire palace used to follow him. He used to make sure that everyone who used to come with him was fed. He used to give them food. He used to give cash to locals in 100,000s without keeping any account. He never kept an account who he gave what, because he wanted to help the people in his country. During the 94 crisis, he called his meeting, and whoever came, it seems he literally helped them. People from Fujairah, you know, he even said some Arabic words. He says, Al-Amrek, that means my lord. Al-Amrek, he says, Atifulus means we don't have any money. He used to just simply sign, and he used to give money to his people because they needed. He said, Zayed had 23 children with 21 boys. He says, I don't know. I'm just telling you what he shared with me. He said the state oil revenue was 40%. All the royal families used to get revenue of this oil. For example, if they got 1 billion, everyone would be shared equally. But at the same time, what he used to do is, if anyone wanted money and they didn't have money, he used to even give them loans without keeping a record of this. He's saying after Sheikh Zayed's death, nobody got this free money. Nobody has any voice to complain. And that is why Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, all these emirates are suffering. He's saying when the Gulf Fair was there, none of the countries contributed. It was only Sheikh Zayed that contributed. But after he passed away, the next generation was not interested in supporting Gulf Fair. That is why Gulf Fair, which was flying from Dubai, Gulf Fair that was until then surviving is no longer surviving. And Gulf Fair is now just surviving on a shoestring budget. He said, he also said that some of the people that he knows who are working in Expo 2020, I put a video of that and I spoke about the reality of Expo 2020, including my predictions. You can check that out. He said, as of now, Expo 2020 is empty inside. Most of the systems that they're using is outdated. So this was what was shared to me by someone who was there. In fact, one other guy who was worked in Expo 2020, what he said is, Expo 2020 has 60 to 70 buildings. They are partnered with Siemens. Interior design work is still going on. Only a handful of companies have agreed. The materials that are used are of very poor quality, and most of them are not in compliance with LEED requirements. I don't know what is LEED requirements. He's saying most of them are made by pre-cast concrete. Okay, if there is heavy rain, it's just going to be flooded and it's going to be destroyed. It seems that once there was basement parking that was completely flooded because of heavy rain. It took 1 week to pump out the water. There were consultants and experts who were called in. They had no idea how all this water got accumulated. It says on the videos they show a very amazing picture through these drones, but actually it's of very poor quality. There was even a fire incident with partial damage. The main contractors and the high-paid consultant positions, they have been terminated, and now they have got in cheaper, much more cheaper level experts. Most of the security systems is outdated, and a lot of the systems that are there of very poor quality. He's saying they're just using sponsored ads and paid ads to show a lot of positive image. Anything negative that you say, and the person will be thrown out. So as of now, This was what was shared to me by people who are based there. Okay. Moving on to some of the stuff that was done in terms of readers, what they shared. Well, I did share with you this CV, what was before and what was made after. Well, just to update with you, this guy is now, well, he has got a job and I'm very happy about it. So very good. Another one, this guy sent an email. He was very happy. It seems he has been following me for 4 years. He didn't get any job offers. He gave his CV to plenty of recruiters. Nothing was happening, and finally his cash was running low. When I told him that he had to pay me $167, he was like, why the hell should I pay so much? But finally he agreed. He said, I used only 10% of the information, rest everything was removed, and he's happy. Well, that's what my job is. That is why I charge much more. I got this screenshot. One female, I don't know if this is true or not. It seems, which Qurans do you miss the most? It's Loy Machedo. They shared my photograph. He said, Loy had 55,000 followers. He followed 0 people. His answers were never sugar-coated. Thank you very much. You still remember me. I got this email from one young boy who got some award in public speaking abroad. He sent me a thank you letter stating that I was some positive influence in his life. Thank you very much. I'm honored, I'm touched that I was able to touch your life. This person, Tahira Jafar, she put a comment, and the reason I'm sharing this is she's 71. She's 71, and she has been in UAE for many years, and she watches all my content. Thank you so very much. 71. I'm really honored. Okay, I got this gentleman in my group. He is in his 30s. He sent a thank you to my group stating that he had a one-to-one session with me and it was worth $167. And well, I'm glad to know that it was worth it, because I always make sure that people who take my advice, they should get something of value at this. Why should you come to me? So this other guy, he sent also a message in my group saying, thank you, Loy. I didn't want to write much. People would feel that it is exaggerated. I could have read 100 books and wouldn't have learned as much as I gained from 1 hour of speaking with you. Well, I'm grateful. I thought I'd share this with you. This is what one person sent me. The person said, I don't have much money, Loy. This is all I can afford. And he sent me $1.95, $2. So $1.95, just to show my support. I appreciate it. But trust me, it's your hard-earned money. I respect it. This young man, he sent me this letter stating, thank you for your Quora contributions. He reads my articles on Quora and he managed to get some value from it. Well, I appreciate. This email was sent to me that this guy, he put hundreds of CVs, and his current debt reached 10,000 dirhams because of, not having a strategy. But after he paid me $167, his CV was done. So I'm happy. One guy sent me this, said, Loy, I saw this message in Arabian Business where I put, the Dubai ruler has said that, that he sends a message of optimism, and he says the impossible is void in UAE. Well, I was being a bit of a troll there, and it was not a challenge to the ruler. I respect the ruler. You might not believe this, but I love and respect him a lot. I think he's a great man. Okay. But yes, since he said it's impossible in the UAE, impossible is a void word that doesn't work. I put the comment that the day Emiratis can work like Indians, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, Bangladeshi for a small salary, then I would believe that the word is impossible. Impossible is void in the UAE. Okay. Anyway, this next screenshot that I shared with you is this guy. His photograph, he shows that he's modeling, shows his muscles and everything else. He looks very nice. I've censored his photograph. He shows with his lot of girls and everything else. But then he sends me this. He says, I'm on a tight budget. I cannot survive. I can't afford to pay you even $27, but I want your services for CV writing, and I want your services for a job, and I want it for free. So for a guy who brags, who shows his muscles, who's with hot babes, who's going to clubs, who's wearing expensive clothes, has no money to pay me $27, but he wants my services for free. Those are the people I hate and don't respect. And one other guy, he sent me this message. Now, this message might look normal. He said, hi, last night I sent you my CV for a job of brand manager you posted on YouTube. Please consider it. I worked a lot on my CV to look as simple as short as you guided. Now, you might think that, oh, there's nothing wrong with this. Yes, there was nothing wrong. What was wrong is what he put in the end. In the end, he put, I love you. Oh my goodness. When will people learn? Okay. Next one is, this is another mindless, brainless, stupid idiot who sends me. He's like, Loy, Loy bro and all that bullshit. I'm not here to ask you for favors. But then he asks me this question. Loy, I want to know, how long is it worth to stay in UAE? How long should I stay in UAE? Should I take up a job? Should I seek employment? What do you think I should do? He's asking me everything about his life. Okay? Everything about his life. Should I take up this job? Should I work for X number of years? Should I do this? This is everything in UAE. But the funny thing is, I don't know who is he. I've not seen his CV. I don't know the job he's applying for. I don't know the salary he's applying for. I don't know anything. And he wants me to answer everything about his life. It's like, this is what I said. It's like me asking you, am I in love? Should I get married? Would I be happy getting married? What do you think? You would immediately turn around and say, sorry, who are you? I've never met you. It's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you're in love with. I don't know why you want to get married. I don't know your intention. I don't know anything. You're asking me this question. So I said, do you think that's the right thing? He said, no, absolutely not. Then I said, why the fuck you don't use your common sense when you're asking me about what job should I do? What profile should I do? It's like you just send me a message out of the blue asking me everything about your life. That's why I get fucking angry. Then I got another guy. He sends me a message to my website. Loy, I'm looking for an agricultural job. I want a salary of 7,500. I have 2 kids. I have a house that I'm building. Help me a job anywhere. And he has even put, help me get a job anywhere. Help me save money. Help me build a house in Sri Lanka. God bless you. So I told him, I'm not a fucking charity organization offering services for free. Fucking retard. Then, this one is another nice one. This guy sends me this. He said, Loy, this is advertised in Springdale Indian School, Sharjah. Okay. And when you click there, it's this female who has put this photograph with her number and saying, hello guys, if you're interested in meeting with me or any of these ladies, kindly contact Mr. Deepak on WhatsApp, and he's put his number for your registration. Thanks. This is for a school where children are there, and this is the actual screenshot. So, well, I don't know what to say. This is happening in UAE. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, next one was some of the top comments. Musharraf Sheikh, he tells me, you deserve it, bitch, means my iMac crashed. So he's saying you deserve it. And then he says, your little stinky daughter. My daughter is stinky according to him, my little baby girl. I hope this added a bit of fuel in your tattooed butt. I don't know. Number one, I don't know why is he so angry. Number two is, if he doesn't like me, why does he follow me? Number three is, he's abusing my daughter. I mean, what did my baby girl do to you, man? And yes, she does stink when she doesn't have a bath or she poops. It does stink, I would say that. Anyway, I guess he must have felt happy abusing my daughter. Okay, whatever. Mansoor Ali says, you deserve it, shit. Thank you, Mansoor. Nice photograph, by the way. You look very handsome and smart. And I don't know why you follow me if you don't like me. Okay, next one, Knowledge Trap. LOL. He's very happy that my iMac crashed. And okay, get a job. But this is my job, man. This is what I do. Okay, fucking head, fucked up with tattoos. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. This lady who's based in Canada, and she's telling me about the fact that nowadays in Canada, they are teaching children about transgenderism, and they're taking money even for this. Now, to be honest with you, I don't have any problems with transgenders, those people who are transgenders. However, I wonder how appropriate it is to confuse children who already have enough confusion about you have 100 different genders, you can be a boy if you want, you can be a girl if you want. I think that is very unnecessary when people tell them all this. Okay? Anyway, that's my thinking. You can tell me what you think. This was sent to me by one gentleman, don't want to take his name. He said, just to mention in your video, I didn't receive my salary in 2019 and UAE is celebrating National Day. I'm sure there'd be so many other people who haven't received their October salary as well. At least they should have some respect for us on National Day. The point is very simple. UAE is a country, well, obviously, they will celebrate their National Day. You have a problem with your employer and you need to take it up with your consulate, your embassy, and the newspaper. See, this is the problem in Dubai. Many companies don't pay their salaries on time. And if you ask for it, well, then they say, well, okay, then resign, put your papers. That's the reality. So another guy, he sends me this. He said, Loy, a school teacher in Sharjah is offering tuitions, and she's also offering special services. In this, he mentioned there are cars lining up on her gate from 10 p.m. I thought, for sister, lie. Please don't show my ID or show the name of the school directly. You know, well, she is making money teaching children. She is making money the other way. Well, what do I say? People have to survive. Anyway. Okay, the next one that I got is, this is a YouTube follower of mine. He said that he's been friends with a guy who has been in UAE for 30 years. He's British, but he worked for this Deals on Wheels. Okay, he worked for Deals on Wheels. And he being a salesman, he sold a car. And the person who sold the car never got the car. And instead of putting a case on the owner of Deals on Wheels, they ended up putting this guy in jail, who's a staff member. And he even shared a video link of, there's a video on Twitter, Floyd Mayweather endorsing this dealership. So he has sent me the letter, and he has written to the Guardian about what has happened, you know, fighting for justice for his friend. So, you know, it's really sad that if this is true and this is happening. But like I told you, anyway, there are a lot of loopholes in the system, and a lot of people, they are, you know, they are the ones who suffer. Okay. Reading out a couple of messages from my YouTube fans, followers, haters, whatever. This one is from Mirna Adham. She says, all of these are lies. Stop sharing fake news about UAE. The thing is, I give you links from newspapers. I'm reading what they share. So you need to speak to Bloomberg. You need to speak to Financial Times. You need to speak to Gulf News and Khaleej Times, because I read what they put. So Reuters, please get in touch with them. If they, whatever they publish is what I share, and I give my analysis. So you can catch them. Next one, Ali M says, I'm confused. Is your channel about slandering the UAE and the Muslims or personal branding? It's actually personal branding, because that's my bread and butter. And my channel is not about slandering UAE. My channel is sharing the news facts that is actually mentioned in the papers. And it is what an expatriate cannot share in UAE. If you're in UAE, you can't talk anything negative of UAE. If you don't believe me, try that. Speak on a drawback or speak on a ruler, and you'll come to know whether you can or cannot. So then he says, what does that say about your personal branding? What does that say? It says that this guy has the guts and courage to speak the truth. Or it might say also, like what you said, this guy speaks bad about you. You can take it both the sides. It's up to you. If you're my client, you'll cherry pick what benefits you. If you're not my client, whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Please make me understand what your channel represents. If you didn't get it, then you shouldn't follow my channel. Thank you. Well, I hope that answered your question. Farah Mohammed says, why share lies about UAE? I don't share lies. I give you the links. Refer the links. I share with you the screenshots. So if you feel what I'm saying is lies, you need to contact the newspapers. Next one, Gadir Publications says, Gadir Publications. He has put his face here. Hello, Loy, I want to tell you one fucking shit thing. You put your photograph with a suit and tie. You put the name of your company, and then you put this. Okay, tell me one fucking shit thing. I went to India on vacation to home country. My mom was looking for a girl for me. Went to the marriage bureau. The fucking shit fact was nobody wants to give their girl to a guy working in. And you even put your photograph, man. Okay, fine. Next one is Anatoly Kirpichev. Anatoly Kirpichev. Okay, he says, I hope my daughter, my baby girl, doesn't turn into a shaitan like her father. Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I hope my daughter doesn't end up like me. I made a lot of mistakes in life. I had a lot of choices. I had a lot of sex with a lot of, members of the opposite gender. Of course, I wouldn't want my daughter to be like me. For once, I agree with you. I'm a shaitan. Bad guy. Okay. Devil Slayer. Okay. DVLSLYR. Okay. He says, who the fuck, F-U-K, who the fuck wants your personal branding? I rather whack my semen on your book. Which book? I have so many books. Okay. Howdy, Jesus Christ, give me hell, yeah. See, the thing is, hiding behind a fake name, hiding behind the anonymity of your computer, desktop, sitting in the four walls of mommy, daddy's house, you can talk all big stuff. The real courage is when you show your real face and your real identity, and then you say, whack the book, your semen, and Jesus Christ and hell, yeah. Man, you're acting like a small baby, Okay. Anyway, next one. This guy says, I'm a Huawei sales manager supervisor in Dubai. I'm looking for a higher post in sales. I've censored his face. My salary is 3,500. So if you can make a CV, how much do I have to pay? The first thing, this is the response I gave. The first thing is, you have stated your company name. Second, you have stated your position. Third, you have put your photograph, actual photograph. Next, you have put your name, your real name. And then you have even put that you're looking out for a job. You have stated your salary. You have given all your details. I mean, my friend, use your common sense here. If someone were to complain to your company, and that also you're a supervisor, you need to be careful, man. What you put online, don't do this. I gave him a clue. I said, please send me a message privately so that you don't fall into trouble, But then again, what can you do? Okay, Yash Sharma says, hey, you shaitan. Hello. Okay. The person is king of UAE. Means Sheikh Mohammed is king of UAE. He have responsibility of lakhs of people. Says Indian. Lakhs means hundreds of thousands. He has so much burden of his country. Please do not disturb or demotivate him. I have to admire the love that you have for Sheikh Mohammed. And just for your information, Yash Sharma, Sheikh Mohammed is up there. I am just maybe an ant. He doesn't get disturbed by an ant like me. He is an exceptional leader. He doesn't get demotivated by people's opinions. He is much more tougher than that. You need to give more credit. And I'm just a small channel, Baba, small channel with few people. He is not even going to look in my direction, the direction that my shadow is. And that irrelevant. The next one is Musharraf Sheikh. He says, if you have missed it before, he says, you deserve it. Talking about my iMac crashing. Your little stinky daughter sucks too. According to him, my little daughter is stinky. And she poops, she is. I hope this added a bit of fuel in your fire. Oh, yes, it motivated me. Oh, you spoke bad about my daughter. I will not leave you. Yeah. Okay. Hope that helps. Okay. Abid Nish, this guy, he sends a lot of messages. He spends a lot of time on my channel and he hates all my videos, but still he watches. He says, Abid Nish says he's living a good life. He's talking about living a good life, but begging money. In our language, there is a saying, Bend tinare sanni nadatak tinare pidatak ding kalvi. I call that. I checked with my group. It seems this is in Tulu that says living a good life, and then he became a beggar. So now he started robbing or became a thief. So English, Baba, English. And why are you putting Fazal's photograph as yours? I never understood that. Okay. Then Sheikh Shamsik says that what I did was a gimmick to ask for donations. That's a good way of looking at it. If I made millions, well, that's a great gimmick. If I didn't get millions, well, that's a shitty gimmick. I mean, what do I get by telling people someone hacked into my system? Or is it like you believe that nobody can hack? Well, let me give you a news flash. If I ever were to step into UAE, trust me, I'll get arrested on the spot because of my content. Because it is kind of revealing the real story of what happens in UAE. You can't do that if you're in UAE. So yes, in a way, there are people who want to see my downfall. So if you don't believe that anyone would destroy my system or hack into my email, you're mistaken. Trust me, many people have tried to hack into my YouTube, my Gmail, my Instagram, so many people. Okay, next one. Abdul Wahid Ali says, at least learn something. Okay, he's telling me after my IMAX crash, stop hate videos against UAE. These are not hate videos. It's the reality. I'm reading from news links. Okay, where you have been feeded. Nobody has feeded. Nobody has fed English. Abdul Wahid, English. There's not feeded for 40 years of your future, of my life. And nobody gave me charity. I worked my ass off. I was smart, intelligent enough to make money. So nobody gave me a free meal. Okay. No future in YouTube videos. I agree with you. There's no future because it's unpredictable. There's no future what you're doing also. Okay. Do something concrete for your family. Well, I'm doing because my main revenue is not YouTube. My main revenue is personal branding. And so say so that you're remembered for it. Thank you very much, Abdul Wahid. Focus on your life and don't give unsolicited advice. That's what I suggest you. Abid Nish again says, instead of begging for money and complain to others, go and work, man. You're healthy and not sick. Yeah, man. I'm working, man. Thank you, man. Okay. Abid Nish says, in the name of little Benny girl, I don't know what the fuck are you writing. In the name of if little Benny girl, this guy's trying to gain some love, doing emotional blackmail. Why the hell he can't work? How am I earning if I don't work? Why is he begging? Please give me, please give me. Okay, that is called begging. Always he's complaining about UAE. I'm not complaining, I'm creating awareness. But if you feel he's complaining, then why are you watching my channel? That's a big question. Okay, there is no job, etc., etc. See, here's the thing. If you are busy doing work, why would you be watching my videos, number one? Why would you commenting on my videos, number two, if you are serious? Because you'll be focused. I think it speaks a little bit about you. Okay, what about him now? Which country are you now? I'm in Thailand. You don't have a job there. I do have a job. How do you think I'm earning? Send your family to your own country. Send your family to your own country. My family, my wife is Thai. She is in her own country. India, it's country. No, I'm an Indian passport holder. Technically, I never stayed in India, but I have an Indian passport. That's unfortunate. So anyway, I'm not saying it's unfortunate being Indian. It's just that I have an Indian passport, never stayed in India. So I don't feel this closeness towards India. And, just having the passport doesn't make me, it's like you're married to someone, but you never stayed with that person. You are staying with someone else as a lover. You're just married namesake. So does that mean you're married to that person? Okay. Next one. Rasmus says, con job. Dubai hate video can go so far. Must be, it's time to get a real job. Okay. Kashif Kwan says, haha, seek help from UAE. Thank you. They'll give you some pennies. Well, they have given me not pennies, but tons of money. You may not believe this, but yes, they do. Your every video spelling is wrong, was against them, and it's the only source of income. No, not actually. I make more money through personal branding. Through my videos, I make $147 approximately per month. Beg directly. Please give me. Okay, I hope this makes you happy. Kashif Gwen, X and Y told, I told you don't mess with us. Ha 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 emoji. Okay. Stingray. Oh, my friend Stingray with a sunglass. He says, go get a job, Loy. You can't fool people too long. Do some hard work. Chetta. Stingray, English name. $1 glasses and then Chetta. Okay. Okay, fine. Knowledge trap. LOL, get a fucking head with fucked up tattoos. Okay. Mansoor Ali says, you deserve it, shit. Nice photograph, Mansoor Ali. Mani Maran says, biggest scammer will come in news channel, never trust him. Okay. Imran Mohammed says, modern begging. Okay, fine. All right. And last but not the least, before I wind up, there was this question that was asked by one of my clients. I thought I'd share it as a public service announcement. He said, Loy, this company, WWICS, it's a global company. They've called me and asked me money for migration. Should I migrate to Canada? I told him, if a company calls you to sell their migration services, they are a fraud because reputed companies never call. He showed me the brochure that's claimed that they were doing great stuff. Well, he showed me their website. But if you do a little bit of search, just a little bit of search, you'll read complaints about them stating that they are fraud, they have lied to their teeth, they extort money, they take your money and they never deliver There was one that says WWICS in Sharjah headquarters with their headquarters in India. They took money. There's no transparency in their dealing. If you Google search WWICS fraud, you'll get to see all these links where they've cheated people. So guys, I hope this gave you a little bit of value. These were the videos in terms of what is happening in UAE. Like I said, I always read your comments. Put your comments down below. I always read all of them. And if you'd like to support this channel, do, watch the ads, do give me a little bit of love. You can put your comments, you can put a like. You can share the videos with someone who will benefit from this. And as always, get in touch with me if you need personal branding, if you need your resume or services in terms of interviews, and if you're looking for jobs. Well, if I do know any jobs, like I told you, I do forward your CVs, no charges for that. But if you need one-to-one, my expertise, my advice, my suggestions, guidance, I charge money for that because I need to feed me, myself, my wife, and my family. So thank you guys, and thank you for the people who supported me when my system got hacked and they contributed. I really appreciate it. This is me signing off for now. Take care, guys.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you are left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Machedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Machedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Machedo. www.loymachedo.com. Who is loymachedo.com? Thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.